back to our 4th episode titled Debunking Medical Myths.
We are the Cores. I'm Nithya.
I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Anvita, and today we're going to be talking about popular medical myths, and we're going to be debunking them. So to start off today's discussion, we're going to talk about the popular myths that are out there. So,
have you guys heard of any?
I know my parents always just tell me about that. If you sleep next to your cell phone, or like if it's in your pocket, your back pocket of your jeans, it'll give you like cancer.
I've never heard of that one.
The radiation.
Yeah.
In your pocket too?
In your back pocket, yeah.
Oh my god.
Or like you it's not obviously not good to sleep next to it like you do.
And that's like heard like you know that sitting position where you kind of seem like a duck.
Oh my god.
If you sit like that, you're gonna like permanently be a duck.
Yeah.
I mean that's not a myth. Maybe that's just like a scaring tactic, but
yeah.
I don't know. Oh.
Or like if you have bad posture, you get scoliosis.
Oh yeah.
That's a myth.
Also, when the parents are like, "Oh, turn on your light when you're reading," like, reading this.
Oh my god! Because if the light's really low, she won't let me read.
Yeah.
Or like yeah.
Or like when you're like on your phone at night and like the light, and then they're like, turn on the light if you're gonna be on your phone.
I think the light, it's not ruining your eyesight, but it's just like doesn't make you sleep because the blue the blue light won't make you fall. Like it'll prevent you from falling asleep.
I've heard someone say it like causes acne.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god! I don't know. Like I'm pretty sure this is actually true though. But, like the acne thing, like if you have your phone across your face when you're like taking a call, it'll actually give you acne.
That's just the germ. So
yeah, that's not a myth. I just remembered it from that you said. Okay, so today we're gonna be delving into some other popular myths and gonna be explaining them. So there's a very common myth that cold weather makes you sick.
Like that's why a lot of parents like advise their kids to like dress warm when it's cold, and it's just because studies have shown we may feel more cold symptoms, like real or imaginary, when we're like cold, but the temperature itself doesn't make us more vulnerable to viruses.
A study in the New England Journal of Medicine shows that the researchers exposed chilly people to the rhinovirus. Rhinovirus, my bad.
Rhino.
Okay. It turned out that whether they were like shivering in like a room or like an icy bath, people were not likely to get sick after sniffing all those cold germs, and they were more comfortable in temperatures, and the cold air really doesn't make a difference.
I think if you're talking about like hypothermia and frostbite, that's different. But if you're talking about the flu.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Anyway, some scientists think that colds are more common in like winter months, like December, January, because people stay indoors more because it's cold outside, right?
Yeah.
So when you're staying indoors and you're like more there's more people in a small area, that it's more likely to have germs spread between other people.
I think
that's where you get sick.
People believe this myth a lot more is because like flu season technically, and like these are the way colder months, so I think that's why people believe in this myth a lot more, because like the colder it is, the more sick you get. That's at least how my family views it.
Oh, like for me, like especially during COVID, basically for my cousin's birthday, we were all at his house, which isn't like as big. We're all in 2 rooms, like the kitchen and like the dining area, which is connected, right? And my family's big, but so that's 5 people in, like I would say like this space.
Oh my. And
so we all were, like everyone wore masks because it's so constrained. It's not like the cold meant to make you sick, but more you're stuck in like these constrained areas, cramped areas with a lot of people, and so the germs spread more quickly. Yeah, that's what I think at least. Also, because you don't go outside when it's cold. Like, you don't have a party outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Next myth.
I also heard about this another myth. It's like about. Sorry, I lost it. You know when you like stare at the TV in like close range and your parents like get away from it, you're gonna hurt your eyes. Or it's like even like when I was saying like reading in dim light. Yeah. That's not actually true. Like.
Oh my! Really?
There's like no evidence that these things like cause long-term damage.
Wait, this is shocking because my parents always. I like talked about this with my dad this morning. He's like, "Yeah, it does." And I was like, "No."
Wait, no, because like every time like, especially this generation, Gen Z,
Gen Alpha.
We're Gen Z, girl.
This generation. Sorry, yeah.
Wait, no. I was talking about Gen Alpha. But anyways, Gen Alpha.
Oh.
Like,
Sorry.
growing up, my sister, like, all she did was, like, stare at her phone, at my mom's phone.
Mhm.
And she would, like, as a baby, like, would be, like, this close to her. Like, super close. Like, 6 inches away from her face.
Mhm.
And, like, now she has glasses, so it's, like, kind of a thing in our house. Like, oh, because we made her watch so much television, that's why she got glasses.
But contrary to that, my other cousin,
Uh-huh.
she was always on her phone too, like always on the iPad. She was definitely an iPad kid, which is honestly so embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
But she has no glasses.
Oh,
Like, her eyesight's fine.
oh wow.
Just shocking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like the contrast. But scientifically wise, the TV myth started in the 1960s, and at the time, it may have been true that seeing so close to TV could cause long-term eye damage,
Mm-hmm.
because some early color TV sets in the 1900s emitted high amounts of radiation that could have caused eye damage. But this problem has been remediated, and these current TVs and computers are like fine for your eyes.
Mm.
And sitting too close to a TV to watch is probably a sign that a person has nearsightedness and you
Mhm.
just can't see. But it's not like a need for glasses, like how you were saying your sister probably
Mhm.
wasn't caused by that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think, like, as we, like, grow older, do you think, like, that could be a cause for glasses?
I think it's just genetics, bro.
Genetics.
Like, I definitely genetics plays a role. I think genetics plays a role in eyesight. Like, I would assume so.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just constant strain of the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I do think like it probably does harmful, right? Being that close to a TV or no?
Yeah.
I've seen, like a progression of, like, one person who, like, doesn't use that much or doesn't watch too much TV. Their eye is, like, not as red as a person who does.
Well, that's like staying awake, isn't it?
But red is different than like poor eyesight.
But that was, like, the study that was done. It was, like, based on television.
Oh.
Interesting.
I just think like poor eyesight is just genetics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like,
it
if your
is.
parent has
And it's more likely if one or both of your parents have vision problems.
mhm. Yeah. Also, like, your general health, like, when you get older, it's not that you're sitting in front of a TV as a kid, that's why your eyesight's worse. It's just, like, when you get older, your muscles are weaker, right? So, you kind of have worse eyesight. Okay, on to the next myth.
The next myth? Okay, the myth number 3 is that ulcers are caused by spicy food and stress.
This one,
This is very prominent in my house.
this one I find so hard to believe that it's a myth because like I
Yeah.
believe it.
I think it's because I think the myth was that spicy food causes gastrointestinal problems, but those are different from ulcers. Because ulcers are created by the buildup or an infection of like Helicobacter pylori. Oh,
Mhm.
like the science version is that basically ulcers are essentially sores that develop in the lining of the esophagus, stomach, or the first part of the small intestine.
Oh, that's so interesting, bro. I always like my parents always told me like you're gonna get an ulcer. If, like
Yeah,
you
too
eat
much
that.
spicy food, not good for you.
Like, remember like one time I ate the bulldog ramen and I was literally incapacitated.
Yeah,
Ooh.
too much stuff. Like, it's true that too spicy isn't good for you.
Mm-hmm.
That like it'll cause like bone in your lining, but it won't cause an ulcer necessarily.
Yeah.
Like my sister ate too much spicy food and she got like a hole in her gastrointestinal stomach.
My mom had the same thing.
But I don't. That's not like it didn't clear a sore.
Yeah.
Like ulcers are like from
Mm.
infection of a buildup of Helicobacter pylori, which is a bacteria in your stomach that breaks things down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting.
Don't talk about like what the doctor said.
Doctors say that it can also be caused by certain medicines, according to Dr. Arun Swaminath, director of the Inflammatory Bowel Disease Program at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York City. Aspirin and iron tablets are the most common culprits. Aspirin?
Well, yeah, isn't it like if you like take too much of it, right?
That's actually insane. Wait, aspirin is consumed so much.
Isn't aspirin an over the counter
Yeah.
medicine? Yeah. Like definitely things in moderation, right? But you don't take like 5 aspirins and like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's,
Like
if you
2 days
take
stay.
aspirin for a long time or in big doses, they can cause ulcers.
Ooh. That's why read the dosage.
Yes. Be careful when taking over the kind of medicines because although it can help, there's definitely side effects if you take too much.
Very dangerous
Yeah.
side effects.
Things are definitely good in moderation. Okay.
Myth number 4.
Well, it's like a woman can get pregnant during her period, That was something I learned on TikTok, which is so embarrassing. Which I think it's like common sense if you really think about it. Like, why would blood stop anything?
Mm-hmm.
But I can't believe people actually like think that they can't.
Do you want to read out like the reasoning?
Sure. It's like unlikely that a woman will conceive during menstruation, but it isn't impossible. Like sperm can live inside a woman's body for up to a week, and ovulation can occur sooner after, even during the bleeding phase of a woman's cycle. So that makes it like possible for a woman to become pregnant even if she's on her period, if she has sex either during or before, or shortly after.
Yeah, I think like this myth is something if you thought about it for a long time, like so obviously like you could be pregnant, but people don't think about that. Like I definitely thought like at one point I was like, oh, I'm on my period, so that means. Cause I think they confuse it as I'm on period meaning that I'm not pregnant versus I'm on my period which means I can't get pregnant. Because people can definitely confuse those two things.
That's what I got confused about. But that makes a lot more sense if you like really think about it.
Yeah.
Also, I think people don't realize how like long sperm can live. I'm like serious. Like you think like after it just happens, then like
Yeah.
But, like.
Also, something I learned like a few days ago, which is like not really related, but like some athletes mistake their first period as like their hymen breaking, and if they don't get a period for a long time, after that it's more likely that the hymen broke. Like if you're an athlete.
What does that mean?
Like when you have sex for the first time, you bleed because your hymen breaks, right? Apparently, if you're an athlete, some people if you don't have a period yet, like first time bleeding, you know how you think that's the start of your period? It's actually for athlete it might be like the hymen breaking.
Well, I've seen that hymens break like not just from sex, like it could be like from jumping or like biking or like
exercise, right? So like when I was telling my friend when I got my first period I didn't get it for like a year, like maybe your hymen broke, right? Instead of
hormonal,
instead of actually getting your period.
Oh my god,
I was like, I never
that's so scary.
I never thought like that because you still get bleeding, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Fun fact of the day. Okay. There's another myth, and it's regarding the flu and getting sick. It's that going out in cold with wet hair will make you sick. And this one, shocking, because my mom tells me this all the time.
My mom always tells me you can't don't air dry your hair, you're gonna get sick.
Well, no, after swimming, we would go in the car, and I would never be allowed to put the windows down.
No, yeah.
Because of the cold air, and my hair was wet.
Even when I shower and I'm going down for dinner, dry your hair because it's winter.
Dry your hair.
It's like you're gonna get sick. It's cold out.
Or when you're sleeping and you have wet hair, which is not good by the way. But the window is wide open.
But I always sleep with wet hair.
And then if I get sick the next day, your window was open.
You sleep with wet hair?
I sleep with wet hair, and I was like, and then if I get sick, I'm like, it's because I slept with wet hair. But I sleep with wet hair. I know it's not good for you, but I'm too lazy to try it.
Real.
That's actually really shocking to me.
But germs such as viruses and bacteria, not temperature changes, will make people sick. So although it might be a bit chilly if someone leaves home with wet hair on a winter day, that doesn't mean that they'll get sick.
And a study published in 2015 in the journal Proceeding of the National Academy of Science does suggest that rhinoviruses, which are viruses behind the common cold, may take advantage of the cold weather. So researchers found that the cold temperature might make it easier for the cold causing viruses to replicate by diminishing the body's antiviral immune responses. But if no one can prevent themselves from getting the virus by washing their hands and keeping clean, being cold will not create it. Just weakens the system.
I think bacteria thrives in basically I think it's bacteria will thrive in cold and dry temperatures, right?
Yeah.
But the cold you cannot create viruses.
Well, yeah, I think the last sentence that Nikia said should be really highlighted. Being cold won't create viruses. I think that's pretty much common sense. It literally cannot create. It may that's the stereotype because that's what everyone says.
When our parents say you're gonna get sick because it's cold out when you have wet hair, I think they're just saying that it's easier to get sick.
Yeah. Do you think it enhances how sick you get? No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Maybe if you already have a cold and then you're walking around with wet hair.
Yeah, but if you already have a cold and walking around with wet hair, bacteria grows better in cold temperatures, right? So there's gonna be more bacteria replicating, which means you stay sick for longer.
I've seen another one thing my dad always said if there's a major transition between cold weather and hot weather, that's also when you get sick. But does weather really have
How
like a part in this.
How would you explain like the spike in like viruses? Like if you like go right now to like CVS or something, like I was talking to one of the workers there, and they're like, yeah, there's like a spike in COVID and the flu again. It's always during winter season.
It's because we were talking about this earlier, right? Because when it's winter and it's cold, a lot more people stay in claimed areas. Like, you're not going outside when it's cold. You're not getting like that. You're not going outside and like being athletic. Like, exercise helps like prevent getting sick. But
like if one person gets sick and like because it's winter, everyone has to be
in that
close
one
together.
room,
Then like
germs
everyone
spread.
gets sick.
I think that's why school spreads so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
I swear, I'm one of those people who like are sniffing my nose in every class.
No, because like if during the summer we don't have school, right? We're all going either staying at home or going out on a daily basis.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And we're not. If I get sick, I'm not gonna get you sick as fast because I'm not gonna see you all the time, like every day.
Yep.
But if I have COVID, like during winter, it's gonna spread.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Wow, we were really detailed with that.
Okay, I'm gonna do myth number 7.
Okay, myth number
Oh,
6?
6.
Or 5? I don't know.
6.
Okay, 6. It doesn't matter what time you go to sleep as long as you get the recommended amount of hours.
Well, I thought this was a pretty obvious myth.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom was like, it matters.
I remember in like first grade, there was this like math paper that we had to do.
Uh-huh.
And one of the questions was like, what's the right amount of sleep to be healthy? And it was like 10 hours.
Do you know that's also a myth? Like, it's a myth that people should
Like,
get 8
who
hours of sleep.
decides this?
It's a myth that people should get 8 hours of sleep every day. Like, it's recommended, but everyone's body is different. You know what I mean?
Nah, I don't believe you.
Anyway, when I was younger,
You're
though,
like,
I
literally
was like, oh yeah, if I sleep at 10 and wake up at 2, it's the same thing as sleeping at 8 and waking up at like.
Well, it
12.
may have a difference in like how much energy you have.
Wait,
But I feel
literally,
like-
it said that the National Institute of Health sleep deficiency is linked to health
Yes.
problems like heart disease, kidney disease, high blood pressure,
See,
diabetes,
yes, it
stroke,
will,
depression.
Obviously, if you that's if you get like 5 hours sleep every day or like all nighters. But apparently, this thing is like, wait, let me find it. I think it's right here.
It's just getting less than 7 hours of sleep. Because I watched this like TikTok of like this lady who was like an actual doctor who's talking about how like, you need to go to sleep at like 10:30, otherwise you are literally like at more risk of cancer and like a bunch of diseases.
That's why the time of sleep
you
matters.
will-
But
like sleep deprivation is literally like killing your life expectancy.
yeah, but also like
It says it doesn't matter what time. It just matters the amount of hours. So if I sleep at 9:30 and
But it
wake up
does matter the time.
it does matter the time. That's the myth. The myth is that it
Yeah.
doesn't matter, but it actually does.
So even if you sleep at like 3 a.m. and you wake up at like I don't know what 12 p.m.
Like 4 p.m.
you're still killing your
You're
body.
still because okay, do you want to explain it actually?
I don't really like know the whole thing. Okay, let me read it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so according to Rebecca Robbins, a sleep scientist at the Brigham and Women's Hospital and an assistant professor of medicine at Harvard Medical School, the time of day does matter. Like our circadian rhythm, the internal circuitry that guides the secretion of the essential sleep hormone melatonin, is significantly influenced by natural sunlight in our environment. When the sun comes up and we go outside, the sunshine stops the floodgates of melatonin and switches the on phase of our circadian rhythm. She says, conversely, going into a dark environment is what allows for the secretion of melatonin.
Basically, because of the importance of light, people who work overnight schedules or outside the typical 9 to 5 p.m. window can experience health issue. So one study published in the journal Occupational Medicine in 2011 found that physicians and nurses who work during these shifts were more likely to experience an increase in negative health outcomes, such as diabetes and breast cancer. And honestly, like, this scares me, because my dad, he's a physician, right? And he used to work overnight shifts, like, every other day. Like, he would work from, like, 10 to, like, 8
That's not
a.m. And not only is that not healthy, because he would only take naps, like, before and, like, after.
Mhm.
Not only is that not healthy, but it's messing up your sleep system so much.
Which is obviously like a major part.
Remember like one sleep assembly we had where she was like talking about like important it was and how like naps don't like you can't like make up for sleep.
Yeah.
And also, apparently, like 11 to 12 is when your body starts, like, detoxing the other day.
Oh.
So, like, if you're not asleep by then, it won't do that.
You know?
Wait, what?
Wait, we're all damaging our bodies with our sleep schedule.
Yeah, it's like, my mom always tells me, like, oh, like, even if you get a amount of sleep, it's still better to sleep earlier because, like, your body starts detoxing and, like, doing all its like systems at a certain time period. And if you go to sleep after that, it's not going to do it, which means
I think
that your body is not going through that whole system.
I think people
overnight.
like underestimate how much sleep matters. Like, even we do, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, if you're not getting like a good night, and everyone's like, get a good night's sleep before your test, it'll help. And you're like, shut up, I'm just gonna study. But it actually is proven. Like, you're less stressed, first of all. It's like you're really hurting yourself when you don't sleep properly.
Like people, and also people who flex that, oh yeah, I slept like 4 a.m. Like, that's not healthy. And also, like, when I had a water polo season and I had to wake up at like 5 a.m. I like every day for morning practice, and I slept at like 1 a.m. or like 2 a.m. doing homework, and I got like 3 hours sleep every single day. My body was like out of it.
You'd be so irritated too. Like, your mood would be off. You'd be like stressed.
Not only that, like, I was stressed, but like, sleep, like, cold doesn't make you sick. Temperature, but sleep definitely, like, lack of sleep definitely makes you sick.
Oh yeah.
Because you're not having time to like,
You're not healthy.
yeah, you're not healthy. And that like period of season when I was waking up, like sleeping at like 1 or 2 and waking up at 5:30, my body was like completely out of it. Like, even my test grades were like so bad in that time. Because even if I studied at night, my brain like it's just like not rested.
I think you're really, like, you're honestly like, it's so true. Like, when you like study for like a test like the night before and you're like up the entire night and then you end up failing the test, it's like
You compare it to a person who did not stay up the whole night.
Yeah.
And still did okay on that test.
Like, this is like hitting me. Like, it's hitting me how.
Well, yeah, we actually.
And I
was really bad.
And I was telling Nitya the other day, oh, my sleep schedule has been so good. I'm just sleeping at 12:30.
Oh
Because
my
last
God.
semester,
Bro, I was shocked. I was like, why do you think that's good?
like, I always thought 12:30 was good. Because last semester, I would sleep at like 2, 3 a.m. every day.
Are you crazy?
Dude, I know.
Yeah.
2 or 3?
2 to 3 a.m. every day. And the thing is, I wasn't even doing anything important. Like, it was just like me, like,
It's like
not
we're honestly
sleeping.
like killing our bodies at like a slow pace at a
I
young
remember
age.
like when I was younger, my mom used to like set a time. It's like 9 p.m. You gotta be out.
Yeah.
You know? And then I entered high school and it becomes like 10:30. And then it's sophomore year, 11:30. And now it's like sometimes 1.
Like, I think
For me, it was
once
the opposite. I stayed up like 3 a.m. freshman year and like cut it down.
For me, I think that once you hit a certain point of how late you get, you'll be like, oh, that's actually not that late, and you just stay up later.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna
I
lie.
don't think we don't know how like bad it's affecting
I'm
us.
not gonna lie. I slept at 4 a.m. last night,
4.
and I woke up at
4?
9:30.
What were you doing?
It's
at
a
4?
bad
You
example,
didn't even
guys.
finish your
Do
homework?
not.
I was watching a Chinese drama.
Which one?
I didn't laugh. But anyway, I slept at 4, and I was sleeping that healthy, and I'll try to sleep over tonight. So I'm just like.
It's all. I feel like us not sleeping adds to so many of our issues.
Wait, about Alyssa's cake and the Chinese drama, definitely check out our 3rd episode about screen time.
Yeah.
A very
Heated
detailed
debate.
episode.
Yeah, heated debate.
Very heated.
But definitely get
useful.
your sleep. It definitely matters.
Like, I know all of us are gonna go back home and not sleep.
Yes, but
I think, but now
it's
I'm a
being
little bit
more aware.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like we all like don't like when our parents are like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Like, they're honestly pretty right. Like, the whole like don't sleep
When you're older, you're gonna thank me.
like, don't sleep with your phone. Honestly, if we didn't have our phones in our room, we all would sleep normally.
Yeah.
I 100%
Oh my
agree
goodness,
with
because
that.
Like you saying?
No, you're good.
My dad was saying like he doesn't sleep like his phone anymore in his room because like when he wakes up at night, like the first thing you do is reach for your phone.
Yeah.
So it's like if you like take that away, you're gonna get better sleep.
Well, like, first thing
You okay, Sleep
So-
Baby?
Yeah, go.
you wake up, the first thing you want to do is check your phone.
Yeah.
Like, how toxic is that?
On the weekends, I just take my phone and look.
Wait, no.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Hey, continue.
Wait, if we didn't like have access to our phones, imagine how much more like
Aware. I feel-
energetic we would be.
I feel like we were really sorry. You're saying?
We would be more like, we would take the initiative to go outside and like be healthier, you know, instead of sitting at home in my bed watching Netflix, eating a bag of chips. Instead, I could be riding my bike, listening to great music, and taking care of my body.
It's like you want to do that, but then you're like, well, it's easier to just go on my phone and be comfy in bed.
Oh,
No, oh my goodness. The thing is, right, that, what a good point. Okay. Sleeping, I have an alarm and then my alarm charges my phone. So if I put my phone on my alarm, it charges. But my alarm is close to my bed, right?
Whoa.
Because it's like a wireless charging thing.
Uh-huh.
My alarm's close to my bed because I want to turn it off in the morning. So my phone is right within hand's reach. So I can do it anywhere, right? And it's so close. And also, like, now, when I wake up, the first thing I do is check my phone. But not because I wanna like see a thing. It's also that my phone wakes me up because of the light. So if I'm on my phone for a little bit, like, I'll be up. But the problem is that I won't stop, like, scrolling. And also, oh my goodness, Shri, which is our friend who lives in Vince State.
Shout out to Shri.
He was texting me, but the time difference is 2 hours, right? So I got the notification and the pings made me wake up at 4 a.m. because I could hear the pings. I was like, what the heck?
Sometimes when I really want to sleep and our group chat, it's just like if the buzz thingy is on. So like buzz. I'm like, should I wake up? Should I not wake up?
You guys need to turn on do not disturb by certain settings. I have this thing on my phone that automatically turns on at 10 p.m. and turns off at 6 a.m.
Yeah, I need to, because I woke up at 5 a.m. I was like, what notification am I getting? And I went back to sleep, and I woke up in the morning and like 8, right? And I saw Shri text me. I was like, oh, yeah. But like definitely like sleeping. Honestly, if I had more self-control, sleeping, don't sleep with the phone in the room. Like honestly,
oh my god, yes. A few days ago, I don't remember when. Oh, Friday night. Literally, I was on my phone on my bed, and I was in my jeans. I was in my hoodie. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna scroll, take a little nap, and then I'll get up and get ready. And then, I don't know what happened. I wake up, it's the morning, I'm still in my goddamn jeans. My phone is on me, dead. I'm like, what have I become?
No. It's unhealthy.
It's definitely really unhealthy.
Honestly, but I feel like we're more blessed than, like, Gen Alpha. Because at least we had a childhood that wasn't obsessed with phones.
Have you seen those TikTok trends where they compare the childhood of us and them? It's like, now it's like drunk elephant and those iPads for them. And then for us, it was like
giving their 5-year-old retinol. I'm not kidding.
Retinol?
What the heck?
A 5-year-old?
Dude, like even I don't use retinol because honestly, retinol recommended age is like 20 and older.
Yeah.
We start signs of aging. We'll only look like we're aging because we don't sleep. Okay, if we slept, we would be perfectly fine. But
Don't you call this out?
no, but like always like a lot of people who use retinol is from the like dark eye circles and eye bags, right?
Yeah.
The reason for our dark eye circles not so old is because we don't sleep enough, which is
Yeah.
why
genetics.
also in genetics, but genetics, retinol won't cure. Not you, but like my sister, her like genetics, because my dad has them. She has like the eye bag, right? And she thinks retinol's gonna help it, but it's different from genetics and like your self-caused.
Yeah.
If a 5-year-old is using retinol, their body is gonna like when she's 20 and she actually wants to use it for like a better cause. It's not gonna work for a body.
It's gonna get
she's
worse.
just storing her skin barrier.
Yeah, she's literally just at 5. You should not be using skincare at 5
Honestly,
years old.
it's these parents.
I'm not even gonna lie. I barely wash my face at 5 years old. Okay.
I don't know how, like, as a parent, you can just allow your kid to do that because it's easy. Like, I saw, like, in a TikTok comment where they were like, it's just easy to give your kid an iPad. Parenting isn't easy. Like, that's the whole thing. It's gonna be hard. Like, give your kid an iPad, you're already dumbing them
But
down.
honestly, like, and for the retinol thing, I'm not sure a lot of parents are aware that retinol is bad for at young ages, which is why they're giving it to like, oh, if it makes my daughter happy, right, whatever. Like they don't realize it, but I feel like people need to do their research and do something because kids' bodies and skins are so sensitive. They need extra care, right?
Also, like, on the technology thing, like, how we didn't grow up that much with technology, right? Like, our childhood was, like, mostly going out and stuff. Like, the future generations are going to be filled with technology. And it's not only, like, bad, like, health-wise, but it's bad safety-wise. Like, there needs to be these regulations.
Not just safety-wise, like censorship and safety-wise, but also, like, if you're on your phone constantly, on your iPad constantly, whatever, right? You're not getting any creative skills that kids grow up getting. Like, we grew up, like, reading books or, like kind of living our lives, and honestly,
they take it to their advantage.
But honestly, like, as a kid, I went to, like, a private school, and every year we had to do this, like, young authors, which is, like, a writing competition between your class.
Wow.
Of, like, who wrote a better story. Right? And living without technology makes you just so much more creative and, like, having the time and imagination to think of these. But, like, kids nowadays, literally, ChatGPT wrote a story for them. They're not being creative at all.
It's honestly, like, it's so sad. Like,
it is really sad.
After ChatGPT happened, like, I don't know how to live my life without it. Like,
it's just taking away your creative skills. Like, what kid reads a book nowadays? honestly, what Gen Alpha kid reads a book? It's just always on that iPad. It's just easy. I went to a restaurant and this kid was like, not only would my parents have yelled at me if I was on like an iPad during like mealtime.
Oh my god, I don't see how these kids are on their like iPad. If I have my phone out in a restaurant, I will be yelled at. Like, put your phone away.
Put your phone away. Why?
Don't take your phone out when you're eating.
And also, like, my mom's always on this thing, like, it will be on the internet still.
Yeah.
In an hour, in 2 hours, in a week.
She's so right, though.
Yeah, because I was the drama I was watching, like, one time my mom, like, walked in on me at night, and I was watching YouTube videos, like, that video will be there in a day, in a week. You're gonna watch it in the morning.
She's actually...
No one's stopping you. Why is the point? Why do you need to watch it right now at 2 a.m.? Right? Like, there's no point.
Wow.
These kids are, like, they're just ruining their bodies, their creativity skills, and, like,
and it's not even their fault. It's their parents. Their parents should know better.
Yeah, honestly, like, parents think it's, like, oh, like, it'll keep them out of the way. They'll stop crying kind of thing.
Like, how do, like, Gen Z's parents know more? Boomers rather than what is it?
Like, give them a book. They'll read and be quiet, honestly. There's so many other things to do. Like, Legos still exist, but kids aren't using Legos. They're not practicing motor skills or creativity skills, thinking skills, or anything like that because they're so focused on...
No, it's like the kids are, like, dripped out in Lululemon. Like, what happened to Justice? What happened to Claire's? What happened to Children's Palace?
I don't even have Lululemons, okay? And I'm 16. Okay.
But that takes us back to our point about sleep. That, like, it is important what time you go to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, like, you have to get that recommended amount of hours.
Mm. So both matter.
Yep.
Okay, so another myth that I saw was how coffee stunts your growth.
Mm-hmm.
No, because literally everyone tells...
Period.
Everyone, everyone thinks this. I'm not...
There's like, you can't drink coffee, you're too young.
Not... But the young thing is right, because caffeine is different, but it won't stunt your growth. Like...
According to Harvard University, there's no scientifically valid evidence to suggest that coffee can stunt a person's growth. Coffee isn't linked to any medical conditions except for a slight temporary increase in blood pressure. So I think this is just more about like how you're active throughout the day.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with your growth.
Also, like, in reality, genetics determines someone's height, like, growth-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So why would coffee stunt that?
Like, if your parents are tall, you're gonna be tall. Drinking coffee won't make you not tall.
Yeah.
If your parents are short, sorry, kid. Like, I just sleep and drink milk.
Get your sleep.
Get your sleep and drink your milk, but
I think that's why I'm short. I stopped drinking milk at a young age.
coffee won't make you shorter than you.
Mm-hmm.
Your genetics predetermine you to be.
Just drink your milk.
Like, there's
Drink your
definitely
coffee.
factors that affect height.
Yeah.
Coffee isn't one of them.
Oh my god.
Alyssa, you really worded that so nicely.
Said.
Coffee isn't one of them.
Okay. And moving on from the coffee one, because there's like not much to add about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another myth, very popular. GMOs cause cancer.
Oh.
Not to be dumb. What are GMOs again?
Genetically modified organic produce. Let me just check that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, genetically modified organism.
Yes, Alyssa.
So a lot.
It's like the when they like change plants to like last longer, right?
Mm-hmm. So a meta-analysis of long-term study on GMOs concluded that GM plants, genetically modified plants, are nutritionally equivalent to their non-genetically modified counterparts and can be safely used in food for us. And GMOs can also help farmers decrease pesticide use and increase crop yields and increase food security in developing countries. So
they have no bad side effects.
Yeah, so contrary to popular belief, GMOs do not cause cancer.
Yeah.
There's no proven evidence there's like a link between them.
Yeah, I think people think that it does because when they hear genetically modified, they're like,
oh my
artificial.
God. Yeah.
Artificial. That's gonna harm your body. But actually, there's a lot of benefits that people don't realize with GMOs, which is why it was so heavily implemented in like crop fielding and farming.
Yeah. Another little myth here, Anita.
Oh. Another cancer myth says that microwaves can cause cancer. Dun dun dun.
My mom, even my mom and aunt, like everyone in my family believe this. Like my mom, it's like, oh, microwave something, sit further away from the microwave.
Yeah.
And my aunt's like, Alyssa, you should be across the room when the microwave's on because
We've never followed this.
Yeah.
I always put my nose on the microwave.
Wait, like if I was that close, they would yell at me. But
yeah, like I'm like whenever the microwave turns on, I have to move like a seat over from the microwave because like my mom's afraid that the radiation, stuff like that.
But a lot of people believe that we did that. However, microwaves emit electromagnetic radiation, which is a form of non-ionizing radiation, similar to the radio frequency waves that come from your cell phone. Non-ionizing radiation isn't known to cause cancer in humans because it isn't strong enough to alter the structure of cells. Oh, so that's all like scientific like proof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. And it also means technically that sitting on your phone or sleeping next to it won't cause cancer either.
At least I won't get cancer by sleeping on my phone.
It's definitely not good, but it won't cause cancer, I wouldn't say.
Also, the radiation in microwave ovens is contained within the walls of the appliance as long as it's working properly. So there really isn't anything to worry about when you're microwaving your food and if you're too close to it.
Did you tell your mom this?
I'm pretty sure she would say, that's wrong. No, like, definitely.
Wait, but like, again,
this
like...
is definitely shocking to me. I feel like I've been lied to.
Bro, on some of these myths, I'm like, what?
Wait, but like, it kind of makes sense. Like, as long as it's contained with the wall of the appliance. Like, some of the faulty microwaves, maybe those you can be more...
Yeah,
like,
more
worried
cautious about. Like, definitely if your microwave isn't working, check that out.
So it depends on the microwave.
Mm-hmm. But also, the thing you said about electromagnetic radiation, I didn't know that. Like, I don't know there's a different type of radiation that they use for microwaves that makes it, like, non-harmful to us, which is really interesting to think about because like the development of technology, although it's bad in some cases, it makes it a lot easier, like a lot better for like us in like a space.
Wait, I'm realizing I learned this in AP Chem.
Oh, what do you know about this, Nithya?
I didn't understand this unit.
Oh, okay.
It was something about radiation.
Yeah, there's like UV radiation,
Yeah.
right? Electromagnetic, some like other ones, like UV radiation from the sun. Oh, fun fact! There's this myth that the sun and tanning bed, that the tanning beds are better than being the sun because of like the UV radiation. It won't cause UV radiation.
Wouldn't tanning beds be more harmful?
Yeah, like honestly, tanning beds are equally as more harmful than the sun because like all the UV radiation onto your body, which is like
Tanning beds scare me. How you're like in this little like light up container.
that's like a shock UV radiation.
I've
your
never
body
seen
can
one.
cancel.
Have you not?
No.
Oh my god.
Anyway, guys,
We'll insert an image.
It's like this.
Or maybe not. Oh my god! Is that just UV?
yes,
If you're like in it,
Wait,
it like
does
opens.
that not burn them?
it doesn't burn them because it's like, but that you're.
It's giving Avatar.
It's giving like cancer, like that's a
It's
immediate wave.
harmful.
It's giving you immediate wave to cancer because you're literally. I'm not cutting that out.
You suck.
Anyway, like how all of UV radiations are right on your body. Like UV radiation's real, guys. Okay, it's not a myth.
Yeah.
You can get skin cancer.
Yeah.
Wear your sunscreen. Don't go to the tanning bed.
Wear your sunscreen. I just started wearing mine every day now because I'm scared.
I have not been wearing. I will not.
So yeah, again, to summarize that myth, just depends on your microwave.
Not depends on your microwave. If your microwave's broken, but yeah, depends on your
Same
microwave.
thing.
So I heard about another myth that you two were really shocked about.
Mm-hmm.
When cracking knuckles does not cause arthritis.
My entire life has been a lie.
The myth is that it does cause arthritis, but it actually doesn't.
Yeah.
To clarify.
Because every time I crack these babies, it's like, Anvita, when you're older, it's gonna cause problems. It's like,
I actually don't even crack my knuckles because it just gives me the ick, like the feeling.
Bro, I don't know how.
I
I'm
find
yanking
it so,
my fingers.
yeah, I just every,
Bro, it doesn't work for me. Oh, it worked.
there we go.
It gives me the ick. Like I used to like hate people who crack their knuckles. I hate.
It feels so
No,
weird.
I'm just like that clack. It's just like ugh.
Ugh.
Okay, so like when you crack with your knuckles, like if you could hear on the audio, like these joints make like a kind of popping sound, but these noises have nothing to do with the risk of arthritis. Like usually it's just a harmless release of gases from the synovial fluid, the fluid that lubricates your joints. So you're not gonna get arthritis if you crack your knuckles.
Okay, so moving on from that one, 'cause I think that one's like if you.
Wait, so it technically is still harmful, but it just won't cause arthritis.
Yeah, I'm sure
Is it
that
harmful?
it's not harmful.
It's
just
not?
like, the release of gas isn't harmful.
Lubricates your joint. Oh, okay.
It's just a harmless release of gases.
Wait, would it make your joints like less
Nope. According to some doctor, not cracking itself does no harm to your fingers, neck, ankles, or other joints that pop and crack throughout the day, whether from normal day-to-day motions or compulsive habits.
Okay. Period.
It does not cause arthritis. It's just like a weak gases. I didn't know that actually.
Crack your knuckles to your heart's content.
I'm sure at one point it will hurt though. Like not.
So this next myth that I found, it says chewing gum stays in your stomach for 7 years, which I believe my entire life.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I was on a plane one time and I accidentally swallowed gum. I was young. I was like, oh my goodness, I swallowed gum. It's not gonna digest. Like, should I try my pants? And I was like all scared and everything.
Honestly, like I feel like also when you're a kid, I was crying my eyes out, bro. I swallowed gum. I was like, am I gonna die?
But it says that although it is true that many ingredients of gum, such as elastomers, resins, and waxes, are indigestible, that does not mean they hang out in your guts for 7 years.
Yeah, also, like, I'm reading, like, the gum base is, like, insoluble, but our bodies, like, do not possess digestive enzymes to specifically break down gum base.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, most people just empty their stomachs after eating. Like, it's gonna...
Wait, literally, you just poop it out. Like, it's not gonna stay inside. But the digestive system is a robust piece of organic machinery, and it can't absorb. And if it can't absorb it, it basically just moves along in the system. And so, despite the stickiness and strange consistency of gum, it passes right through the digestive tract and into the toilet.
Wait, we learned this, and Vita and I learned this in AP Bio, like, similar to fibers, our body doesn't have the enzymes to break down the molecules in fibers, or it's basically called alpha glycosidic linkages, and in cellulose.
Yeah.
And our body, and our body can't break it down, so similar to how we poop out fibers, we just poop out the gum too. We it just goes to our waste.
So
I think
swallow gum to your heart's content.
maybe don't do that. Do you remember our Seike, our AP language arts teacher, me and Abita, was talking about how he like had a bunch of gum in his mouth and like swallowed it because of his teacher?
He never told us this.
Oh, he had this teacher who like gave them detention or something.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Whack man.
That you had one?
Oh yeah. So I think like we're almost near the end of this, so we're just gonna wrap it up. And I have this last misconception I wanted to talk about because my mom has told me this all the time. Like, is it bad to go swimming right after I eat?
Oh, I do it all the time.
I always heard that it's not good, but also like I'm a swimmer and a volleyball player, and I do it all the time. Like I'll be eating Popeyes fries and I jump into the pool right after. And I think this theory is that digesting food would draw blood to your stomach, meaning that less blood is available for your muscles, make them more likely to cramp. And swimming is like a very active activity, so it'll cramp. But what were you saying? Like, is it?
Yeah, it's like not like you don't need to wait an hour before jumping into the pool. Like I know my mom was always like, "Oh, you can't go to the pool. You just ate." Like the original theory was that your body burns so much energy digesting food that it didn't have enough leftover blood flow to reach your arms and legs and you would like drown or something.
Oh.
But like that's not true. You might end up with a upset stomach, but you're not gonna like die.
Definitely. Like I've eaten so much and I'm going to swim right after, and it's not that it'll cramp. It's just my stomach will hurt because like I've just ate. But that's not because like there's not enough blood in my stomach.
I don't think that's like necessarily just like because of the pool. Like if I eat a bunch, like one time I ate ramen and then I went to hockey, I was dying.
It's just
running or like jumping on trampolines like that, or like roller coasters.
And just eating. It's just roller coasters are different.
Well, that's when you're like going up and down, so your stomach gets upset.
Yeah. Roller coasters like nauseous, but like swimming and stuff like that, it's just like you won't have a cramp with a full stomach. So you don't necessarily need to wait, which honestly, like, I grew up like listening to that stuff like that.
So I think we can wrap it up now. We've debunked a lot of medical myths, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time.
Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.